Ahoy. Hello. Welcome, welcome. In before notification. Very nice. Very impressive work there, Chris. How you doing? How you doing? What soup are we serving today? Well, today it is a roasted cauliflower and what's the word I'm looking for? Pesto soup. And are you despising the new Twitch mobile update as much as everyone else? I know nothing about it. I am living in ignorance in regards to the Twitch mobile update. You hate it, Chris? Okay. Well, that's if you hate it, then I can hate it. Oh, I just opened up Twitch mobile. Oh God, yeah, you're right. It sucks. Yeah, it's horrible. Took one glance at it, horrifying. Absolutely horrifying. That's terrible. It and I know why they've done it. I opened Twitch 7 seconds after you started stream. Wow, that's some pretty good timing. This is like genuinely some fantastic timing right there. Is my hold on, the music is way too loud. Let me just fiddle with that. Didn't even get a notification yet. You were yeah, I mean that's some top quality. Top quality timing. Just making sure that the sound is a little bit more balanced. We listen to what users want. Well, they might need to clean the wax out of their ears. Yeah, clearly. Just I took a glance at it and it looked horrible. It looked awful. It's bad. It just looks like a really bad update. I think the older version works. Like worked way better and looked nicer. There's just a way to make something look clean and nice. Your friends bullied you on stream today. Oh no! You to reap the benefits from their bullying mass. What? Oh, you too reaped the benefits from their bullying. I did notice that I got a sub, a gifted sub. Thank you very much to Anonymous for that. Gifted sub to Silent. It's very good for me. Bullying is always good for me when it's at someone else's expense. It's getting worse reception than when Discord removed the hash 000 system. Interesting. It's change, and change is always going to receive a bad reception, but this is bad change. Uh, the TikTokification of Twitch. Yeah, that I definitely got that sense from it. You were gifted 160 subs. Holy crap, that's a lot of subs. How's that bullying? I mean, that's a lot of subs to be fair. A lot of subs to manage, right? Well, then in that case, I'm really glad I was one of them. Let me just turn my mic up as well, just a touch. Ah, my ears. That's the whole Subway's menu. Think of all the revenue. It's a lot. That is a lot of revenue. That's for sure. Yeah. And all the Subway you can get. All your goals were smashed out of the dang park. No, that's good. That's good. I mean, sort of. 160 is going to be. It would be hard to manage. That's for sure. I'm certain of that. But still, hey, there's a profit to be made. That's all that we care about. The underlying profit margin. I'm drawing today, aren't I? Yeah, we're back. We're back to drawing, doing comic stuff. We got a page down, so we are now on page 12. What sucks is the revenue will be split 50-50. That's true. Yeah, you don't really get you don't reap the full benefits of the 160. This is a bit of a sadness, but only just. Still good shit. Still good stuff. At least 70-30 like comment. Yeah. One would hope. How's that? I'm a bit louder, just because I'm fiddling with the audio just a little bit. 2,280 bits and 20 new followers. Well, that's good. The new followers is nice. Even YouTube does 70/30. Yeah, which it's Twitch has definitely like lost its um charm with the whole ad revenue, that's for sure. We care about our streamers. We'll start paying them better then. Yeah, exactly. That split should be significantly more weighted in the streamer's favor, especially since like arguably Twitch at best provide a platform and a platform that needs a significant amount of work to actually be safe again, and good to stream on. So really they should be making some changes. That's for sure. You have more subs than followers. Interesting. That is a split that not many people get. So that's pretty cool. We care about our viewers. Sends out a rancid UI. Yeah, that's also fair, right? Yucky UI. There you go, guys. We You asked, we listened. New UI is dog shit. Morning quiz. Hello, Mochi. How you doing? How are you feeling about the new Twitch update? The Twitch mobile update. That's what we're talking about this morning. Morning. It's evening for me. Also, you're getting new emotes soon by the same artist who made this one. Ooh, lovely. That's great. And there is nothing better than getting some animated emotes. Like good quality animated emotes. That's good shit. Oh, it's a speech bubble pen. We gotta move to the line work pen. I'm living how I use. It is a steaming pile of dog shit has been lit on fire. Well, that's yeah. I feel like that's the collective perception of it. Honestly think we all kind of agree. I took a glance at it. I'm like, that sucks. I'm doing okay. I've had a pretty good day. Finally, my work is actually starting to not be quite so busy, so things are actually starting to look a little bit more chill, which is exactly what I needed. Um, I'm buying stuff for in preparation for my trip to Japan at the end of this year, and I'm very very excited about that. So it's very very cool. One of them's a lick. It damn well better be honestly silent. That's so like that's mandatory for your streams and for you just in general. Twitch Mobile has always been shit, but God, they have made it worse. Yeah, which is surprising, right? We always thought that that couldn't happen. Awake since 2 hours and haven't had the spoons to get out of bed. Fair enough. Don't bother. Just stay in bed. Stay in bed. Have a day of rotting, as it's called, as the teens, as the youth call it. Let me get this right. I may also just like as a bit of news, which may or may not to come to fruition, but it's always kind of curious. You cannot. You have chores. Ah, a shame. A terrible shame. But even so, I wish you luck with your chores. A bit of news that I might be painting a mural in a cafe. Um, the owner of the cafe is a Beanstalk Brigade fan, and Americans call it rotting. Americans call it rotting? Okay, cool, cool, cool. So it's not just the youths, it's also youths and the Americans. I call it rotting every so often. Because it does fit. It's very fitting. Yeah, but I might be painting a mural in a cafe at some point. Because the owner is a Beanstalk Brigade fan and wanted to get me to make a mural in his cafe. So that might be a thing. Which I'm very like flattered and then also kind of mentally unprepared for. I've never done a mural, so very, very weird to me, but also very, very cool. Because, like, honestly, if I'm given the freedom to do it, I'm not saying no. Like, I'm not saying no to that opportunity. Um, but yeah, like, he knows I've never painted a mural as well. I told him. I told him straight up I've never painted, well, not a mural, but a wall. And I told him that I'd never done that before. And he was like, okay, well, then it'll be your first one. And I'm like, oh my God. All right. So that's pretty cool. I'm actually, like, kind of psyched about it. But it may not come to anything, which is fine as well. But if it does, then awesome. You could go get groceries tomorrow. True, that can always wait. Day of rotting, day of rest. Groceries tomorrow. Lines up. Lines up, right? Surely. Surely. Surely it lines up. Groceries are a thing for another day. You can go to Woolworths another time. Chuggy Yaki? Ah, alright. Alright. Give me a moment. Gotta go to my fridge. Don't know how well you'll hear me while I'm moving, but we'll see. Getting up from my chair is now really hard because um, also your chat made you drink 3 gallons of water. Well, that's why I don't set redeems like drink 3 gallons of water or a gallon of water. That's madness. Um, hear that? I hear that. I mean, of course I hear that. Ugh. How much is a gallon? I have no idea. I have no idea how much a gallon is, but I assume it's more than a tuppence. It's more than an ounce, I assume. It's a special event thing when a certain person enters the chat, hydrate redeem becomes 1 point and limitless. Interesting. Okay, that's cool. Um, but you only got yourself to blame in that sense. 3.7 liters. Okay, that sounds about right. But holy crap, that's a lot. It's a lot of water to drink in, one sitting or one stream. There we go. I didn't think my mod would go rogue and refund. Well, you gotta account for that. You think you trust your mods? Madness. How can you trust your mods? Ain't no way. No trust the mod. We trust them to protect us from bots and such, but not from ourselves. Our greatest enemy, us and our mods. You can't go trusting your mods. First mistake. There we go. Got a little. Yeah. And we're just doing line work today. Because surely, like, I mean, something that shouldn't have taken me quite as long to learn, but yeah, doing all like one, like line work, then color, then details and shadows, one by one, as opposed to just panel by panel, is way better. So I'm doing that now. Worst of all, after the first gallon, they made me do squats. Ugh, that sucks. That I can definitely sympathize. I did a bunch of Bulgarian split squats on Saturday, and they, no joke, they hurt, like hurt a lot. Um, so I can definitely sympathize there. Any kind of squats, you'll feel them the next day for sure. Do you think after this situation, everything that you've seen, everything that you've experienced through your mate's bully, do you think you got a little bit more sympathy for good old Grey Mouse? I fully expect to see a no. Think you're gonna be kinder and more gentle to more gentle to your old buddy Grey Mouse, the moleman of Twitch. No, exactly. FYI, drinking more than 6 liters is not good for you, the body, especially when doing heavy activities where you need to hydrate a lot. But your decision, I guess, yeah. Have an understanding. Yeah. Yeah, you definitely worth putting a limit on how much you would drink, how much water you would drink. You don't want to be too hydrated. It is a good point there. I had a science teacher once tell me that if I drink too much water, I'll get water on the brain and I'll die. And since then, I've always been very particular about how much water I drink. I said it's a special event. Yeah, your decision. Yeah, up to you. Your funeral. Death by water is not a good one. No. And also, if you just drink too much water, you're gonna piss a lot, and that's not fun either. Death by water definitely bad. No doubt about it. No contest there. But peeing a lot, it's pretty rough too. It's pretty rough too. As it's not fun. You have to drink like 3 liters of water a day. Um, in you know, in like collection with my nutritional kind of goals and stuff like that for my gymming. And when I started doing 3 liters a day, I was just like, oh my god, why am I pissing so much? Jesus Christ. Yeah. It's like, why do I always have to go to the bathroom so often? It's like, because I'm drinking 3 liters of water a day. Piss stream. No. No, Mochi. I piss like a jet engine. Damn. Not to brag, right? Unlocked unlimited piss. New ability unlocked. Piss. Jetstream piss. Pee forever till you die. What? I mean, until you run out of pee, which is never. What? Oh no. I'm urinating so much. Okay. I gotta draw Ratchet's face in a second. But that's fine. We've drawn his face before. At least once before, right? This guy, this Ratchet fella, we've drawn him before. At least once or twice. It's only unlimited if I close the circuit by also drinking water while pissing. That makes sense. That's true, it has to be circular. You're not just pissing a lot. Well, you are just pissing a lot. You're not unlimited pissing. You're just pissing a lot. That's what it is. Yeah, this is this is good conversation. This is productive conversation. That's for sure. Yeah, your body becomes a water pump. Yeah, Ratchet, Ratchet. This little face. This little guy. cute little bean. These have to actually line up. Ratchet's eyes actually have to line up. Funny thing about that. The clearest piss in the world. Yeah. Oh god, yeah. Clearest piss of your life. Drank so much water, and then I was just peeing for hours, but I didn't realize that I'd peed because there was no yellow. It was all just water. Let's get this right. What? Oh god, I just looked at my stream summary, the numbers mouse, the numbers. Why did I acquire so many iPhone viewers? Oh no! I mean, that's dedication because, like, think about it. They're using the horrible new app. So clearly they want to be there. They wouldn't they wouldn't have dealt with that app if they hadn't. So that's a good sign. It means they want to be there. That's a win. That's a W. This eye right. Yeah, it looks a little weird. Yeah, cool. The people, they like you, clearly. Okay. Now let's actually take a look at the new references. The new version of Ratchet with the cell shading. Okay. Also, the amount from America went up by 76%. That's good. Usually it's just Germany and Aussies. That's good. That's a win. Starting to, like, fill out your target audience. Fill in that demographic. I just need to clean my room, but my brain is saying no. Oh, well then don't do it. Your brain knows best. It's probably, probably not worth doing it if your brain's telling you no. I think it's giving you warning signs there, Mochi. You don't want to push against your brain, your instincts. Not worth it. Not worth it. I'll give you 2 cookies. Oh. That might change the brain chemistry. Promise of reward. Also, I'm coming over in 30 minutes. Interesting. Well, then, at the very least, the cookies won't go cold. Oh. Grubber.
Did you know the babies born next year will be of the next generation? That's right. Generation Alpha is almost done being produced. Let that sink in. No, really, it has been milking for a while. If you're cold, they're cold. Let the sinks inside. Offer them a nice bowl of soup.
Thank you, Kitchen Grubbo. That was very, very important information. Very, very important information. Vote to kill Glenn? What? There was no vote. There's no vote being started. It's all very important information. We've learned something here today, surely. I vote to kill Glenn. Jesus. What kind of community do you think this is? Kitchen Grubbo is here to provide us with facts and knowledge. Not hate and darkness. It's like that much. Do not remind me of the passage of time, Mouse. I didn't remind you. I mean, Glenn, yeah, sure, Glenn did, but like, come on. Time is ever spinning. One where friendly murder is smiled upon, especially when it's in the name of soup. We're a cult, you know? We're not a cult. We're a gathering of like minded people. If you want to call that a cult, then I guess in the broadest definition, we might be. But it's legally distinct. I literally incorporated soup, exactly. Surely that's fine then. Don't we literally have a warlock? Do we have a warlock? Do we literally have a warlock? Now you need to remind me. Do we have a warlock? In the comic, yes, there are warlocks. However, they are not a part of the Yak cult. I mean, the soup. We're not a cult. Sonna, hello, speak of the warlock. Speak of the warlock, and they shall arrive. Hello, Sonna, my beloved. How are you? My beloved mouse. What? Got him. Caught ya. There's our warlock. We were just talking about Silent said that we had a warlock. And so now I'm questioning everyone in chat who's the warlock. Which one of you is it? Is it Mochi? Is it Glenn? Is it Silent? Secretly? The one who brought the idea forward? Maybe they're responsible. But then Sonna showed up as we were talking about this warlock. So maybe it's all related. Coincidence? I think not. Oh, hello. Looked away for a moment and came out of my realm of reality, and all of a sudden I'm here. Very strange. And I appear to be drawing a rather familiar face. What a handsome little fellow. I'm not sure I recognise them fully, but they do seem familiar. You're not a warlock, you're a druid. That makes sense, Glenn. I see your name here, and I do associate you with a druid for sure. All the druids I've ever met have always been very kind and also a little bit strange, cursed, if you will. Now, boy, I'm a sorcerer. I get my powers from genetics and sheer dumbassery. Oh, interesting. Well, many of the sorcerers I've known have always been peculiarly inclined magically. Hello, Glenn. How is I? I is good. I currently travelling with a lady named Armella, and that's been good. That's been very productive. A lot of conversation has been gotten done, and I'm learning a lot about her and her previous job, which appears to have been quite wrought with danger. Not that y'all will get to know very soon, I'm sure, but not currently. Don't suplex Glenn, that's not nice. That's not a very friendly thing to do. Surely we can all get along. We're all aligned under the same banner, the Grey Mouse banner. We all like soup. I'm fairly certain. Well, it's very difficult to draw a self-portrait, I think, because I don't really know. I don't really have a mirror on hand, so I can't be certain that this looks accurate. Feel like, but I always check. Anytime I look in a mirror, I always check my snoz just in case I got some boogies. We fight over the soup. Oh no, there's plenty of soup for everyone, I'm sure. I'm certain of that. Can't be that bad. You can't all be that desperate for soup. Soup is good, but it's more of a side. It's not really a main meal. Surely. You all don't even know the power of the soup. I mean, soup does have a power to it for sure. But is it that powerful? It is liquid food. I will argue that point. Soup is good, but is it that powerful? I can't be certain. I'm not a chef. Maybe it does. Maybe it does have power. Who might I say? Who might I demand it? Who has soup as a side? What? What are you talking about? Everybody has soup as a side. Who has soup as a meal? This is a hill I am willing to die on. Apologies, Mochi, but I feel as if we have come at an impasse. What you mean soup is the main? No, no one goes to a restaurant and goes, "Oh, can I have the soup?" No, no, absolutely not. Why would you have soup when you can have a burger? Oh, or katsudon. You can't. If you fill up on soup, you can't have chicken katsudon. Chicken katsudon's amazing. That's magic. It's a starter before the main meal. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Soup can be a main course. I disagree. I disagree. I'm not Grey Mouse. Grey Mouse loves soup. I'm Ratchet, and I like chicken katsudon and food that I actually can bite into. I like the bread that comes with soup, but I don't like to drink my food. But then again, soup is very good, so I'm actually not going to argue with that because also chicken noodle soup is fantastic. Ramen soup, and that can be a main. That is a very fair point, and I'm happy to be wrong there for sure because ramen is delicious too. Commander's on. I just read Grey Mouse's message. Oh. And that is Ratchet gone. He has returned back to his realm. Doesn't really get a chance to say goodbye. I should probably put a little warning up so that he can say goodbye. Oh, he's handing me a note. He's just letting me know to let you all know that he says goodbye and thank you all for the chats. He really enjoyed having a conversation with you all about soup. He is currently scooping up a bowl of soup from the communal soup pot, and he is heading back to his realm. Technically, ramen is a stew, but all stews are soups, so yes. I think that's fair. I think that's a fair distinction, but also I think it fits, right? All stews are soups, but not all soups are stews. Yeah, like all jacuzzis are hot tubs, but not all hot tubs are jacuzzis. It's the same with soup and stew. Just like all toads are frogs, but not all frogs are toads. Yeah. I wouldn't call ramen a stew, its broth is so light. That's fair. I think these are all very fair points. I think the underlying basis of it, however, is just that because I don't think when these foods were created, I don't think they had planned on defining them, and that's why it's so loose. The category is so loose. At least that's my argument. Ratchet didn't do shit. Sorry, just looking at the frame, the panel, and I've noticed that that Ratchet didn't necessarily draw anything, which is fine, of course. He's not really here to draw. He's kind of here to be a personality and chat with you all. So he did do that job very well. Got you all fired up about stews and soup. Ratchet's not really a soup person. I remember him talking about it. He said he likes soup, but he doesn't necessarily consider it like a main, which is a very interesting take, especially on like this stream. Imagine labeling things. That's so timely. Yeah. Ratchet was busy fixing everything you messed up. Now they're photorealistic. I mean, he does look more like Ratchet now that Ratchet's been drawing on him. So clearly he did do a good job. So I was definitely too quick to judge because he's done a fantastic job. Yeah, I mean, I think we're also just done with this panel, which is great. When I cook a soup, I eat it as a main dish, which is fair. I feel like soup as a home-cooked meal is fantastic. And I would classify that as a main, for sure. Just because it takes time to cook anything. So I think soup makes a really good main. In that sense, to me. Thoughts on grilled cheese with soup? I freaking love it. I actually have a grilled cheese sandwich recipe in the Discord, which is accompanied by a tomato soup, or not a tomato soup, a roasted capsicum soup, as in within the soup or by the side. I think that's probably on the side, right? Great with tomato soup, yeah. Tomato soup, or yeah, like I said, a capsicum soup is also really nice. God, that startled me. Sorry, just seeing it change, seeing the screen change on my big screen where I have my Twitch startled me. I'm a very easily startled bean. Especially when it comes to computer stuff. Always on high alert. Discord. Oh, you're almost a regular. What are you talking about, me? There you go. Thank you, Glenn. I was just about to do it. Thank you for being quicker than me on that. Quick on the draw. But yeah, I got a recipes tab. Currently there are 2 recipes up. One of which is a hash brown recipe for what I call owl's nest, which is a messier kind of version of a hash brown, but a really good one. I've been cooking them quite a lot lately. Not the bot discriminating. Yeah, bot always discriminates. Yeah. And surely Mochi is like well on the way to regular by now. Surely bot. Surely Grey Mouse bot. Me. Me, the Grey Mouse bot. I type those all in. Anytime someone types in a command and they're not like a regular, I type that in really quickly. Can you imagine? This stream would be like twice as long if I did it stuff like that. I'm like, oh shit, hold on, I gotta just type in this action is on cooldown, or they get in the heckin' soup secret word. You know, stuff like that. That would just take forever. Okay, that's pretty much everything I need to do on this page. Yeah, cool. Alright, we're done here. We're done here. For now. The yuck is messaging me. Nobody. Good. Good. Yeah, cool. Right. Oh, I'm still on the wrong layer. My goodness, I'm a fool. I'm a fool. Finally found out what minced garlic means. Ooh, what does it mean? Is it just garlic that's been minced? Or is there more to it? It's just chopped garlic. Ah, yes. I mean, that's, yeah. For me, usually when I do cooking, if the recipe calls for chopped garlic, I will usually just get minced garlic, since it is the same thing, in essence. And every other thing, not just essence. I thought minced meant some kind of preparation like marinated or something. That's fair. I do think that is a fair kind of assumption, right? Because you would, why would they not just say, you know, chopped? They say minced. So surely something going on. Surely there's something going on. Actually gonna undo the hat. Am I hitting Control Z? Yep. Just because I should probably draw Miller's face first. And then we come around to everything else. Honey! You in the comic yet? Not yet. Not currently yet. We have a few pages left to go before we see a potential Arnie. Chapter 4. Chapter 4. I have informed not only you that you will be appearing in Chapter 4, but also Frosty. You mentioning burgers made me order a burger. Yeah, I can't believe you've done this. Burgers. Well, I didn't say anything about burgers. Ratchet did. Ratchet convinced you to get a burger. Yeah, sorry, Arnie. You're just gonna have to wait. Got a little bit left to go. Whoa! Whoa! All my homies hate Ratchet. I want to make a burger again. Yeah, I'm gonna order a burger, but then I end up getting getting not a burger. How could I betray Ratchet like this? Yo. I'm sure Ratchet won't mind. What did you get instead of a burger? Because there is one food that Ratchet would probably appreciate more than a burger. There is one food that Ratchet probably likes more than a burger. And he's talked about it. But if you like this meal, then you'll probably get along with Ratchet very easily. Not that you wouldn't. Soft tofu stew. Ooh, that sounds really nice. Is it katsudon? Ratchet loves a katsudon. Yes, that's Ratchet's favorite. Specifically chicken katsudon, but he also likes all katsudon. And the plan is, for the recipes like milestones, I won't release a, I don't know what katsudon even is. Katsudon is actually, so interestingly, katsudon, so usually katsudon is a crumbed chicken rice like meal, but the katsudon is actually katsudon sauce, which is added to the katsudon itself. Who doesn't love katsudon? Let's be real. Katsudon is fantastic. Yeah, I live in a bland land. Well, you got to try some katsudon then. Katsu equals cutlet. Yeah, exactly. And pretty much every katsudon I've had has come with like a katsudon sauce, which is, I can't remember what it contains, but it's delicious. And if you haven't had katsudon before, definitely worth trying it. Because you can get, yeah, chicken katsudon, and also another popular one is pork katsudon. All very good. Is it spicy? No, it is not. It can be if you want it to, but it can. But it usually isn't. Your favorite is katsu curry. Katsu curry is fantastic too, yes. Wait, let me rephrase. Oh, good. Is it spicy if I think bell peppers are spicy? No. So it's not spicy in that sense either. It doesn't really have like a kick to it. It doesn't have any of that like spicy zing to it. It's pretty non-spicy, for lack of a more articulate word. Is that how on Miller's noses? Yeah, cool. Spicy, as in it will flirt with you. Yeah, is that the spicy you mean? Well, they put pepper on it sometimes, so if pepper is too hot, then maybe. Hmm, that's a fair distinction. I think, yeah. It's hard to know, because, like, for people's tolerance, it's very hard to gauge, I think, because I can handle quite spicy foods. So I never know what people consider spicy. Pepper is fine? Okay, yeah, so then it should be fine. You should be alright then. Yeah, you're all good then. Yeah, have a katsudan. And when you have a katsudan, think of Ratchet. And take back that horrific thing that you said about him. No, I'm sure he wouldn't mind. It was my friend. You were at your friend's place on Saturday night. Nice, nice. And he had some hot ones. Hot sauce called Experience, I think. Ooh, interesting. And I tried it. Ooh, okay. And you're not particularly good with spicy stuff, from what we're learning. So you probably suffered greatly. And I was crying in the fetal position for 30 minutes. Well, 30 minutes isn't too long, so that's pretty good. Like, hey, you survived. That's something. Just a little rise and then that. Yeah. I guess. Yeah, you gotta take your wins. You gotta take your wins where you can. But yeah, you will have nothing to worry about with katsudon. Katsudon is not a particularly spicy food. Can be, as Arnie said, but it won't be. Won't sneak up on you, essentially. There is a place here in Adelaide that does some katsu curry. Um, and I'm tempted to go and just get some at some point. Katsu sounds like katsi, which is German for cat. When I hear katsudon, I think of a sophisticated Spanish cat. That's pretty good. Well, that is what it is, yeah. The same. Yeah, it's just cat. It's crumbed cat. You think cat every time. Ah, nice. I mean, that's fair enough. The words are remarkably similar. I think of it as a clickbait title. They put cats in ramen. The outrage. How could they do that to those poor cats? Katsudon. Delicious though. Delicious. was also gonna say, Arnie, I don't know if you care about this in any like capacity, but do you want to appear in the comic before Frosty? Do you want bragging rights for that? The meow trait. Nice. It's like when Morgana said Meowvelous uh, in Persona. What a Meowvelous woman. Absolutely not. There we go. There we go. That's probably, yeah, straight because it's a headband. Okay, I'll draw the other side and then I should probably get started on the hat. Restart on the hat. Yeah, cool, because there are a few things I can't draw without the hat, like, in place. There you go. Alright, hat. Hat to be on. That, is that good? Yeah, that'll do. Yeah, that'll do. I'm not settling for a specific line, but I'm just drawing it in now just because I want it to be done and out of the way. Yep, cool. That's lined up. Question, do I put on pants that I don't want to wear to accept my burger order, or do I just wrap a blanket around your body? I think wrap the blanket around the body. Unless you've ordered a big burger that you might need two hands with, because if you have a big burger that you might need two hands with, you might pick it up with two hands and then the blanket might fall down. And then that's just a whole scandal. Can't go having scandals. Just willy nilly. So I would say, but what if the delivery guy was down freaky? Well, then that's just the kind of risk you have to take, right? That's you gotta roll the dice. You just gotta roll the dice on that one. I'll do blanket and make sure it won't fall. That's a good idea. Just just to be safe, right? Nice. I need to just erase all this. I just drew it. Now I gotta erase it. It's fine. for now. There we go. 6 minutes, and I have burger. Nice. That's not very long to wait at all. That's perfect. 6 minutes till burger? Takes me 7 minutes to heat up chicken nuggets. So clearly you've just got the way better deal. That being said, I had pasta tonight, so that just took like an hour to cook. Because that's how cooking is. It's a fucking scam. I say as somebody who loves cooking. Like, cooking's a scam. Fuck this. I love cooking. Just get a private chef. I can't afford shit like that. Think I can afford shit like that? Absolutely not. Private chef? I have a body. My brain just like blanked for a moment. I'm just like, what does that mean? What are you getting at? What are you getting at there? Oh, terrible. But I don't do that. That's time. That's a time investment. I gotta work on a comic. Or should I say? Uh, Lemiaoui. Or should I say Lemiaoui? Oh my goodness. No. God. Did it, I don't have, that'd be writing checks I can't pay. Writing checks that I know will bounce. So be like, time to pay up, and I'm like, I can't be fucked. I can't be bothered. Absolutely not. Not today. That'll do. Doesn't need to be too complicated. Evan the leak. Gotta get your room clean. Very fair. Very, very fair. Have a good leak. Bordigur is on your road now. Nice. Well, it shouldn't be there. It should be getting delivered. What's it doing on the road? Stupid. Stupid joke. And a prawn. Make me. I'll do that in a second. Take a moment to unprawn myself. Bordigur is in front of your stairway door. Good luck. Good luck, hope the blanket stays up. And that you get your boiga. Your boigas. There we go. Okay, cool. There are a lot of pieces to this sketch. We just need to start chipping away at bits that are kind of important, or most important. music. Hold on. Really just draw the ear finished and then just erase a section and then add in the notch. Yeah, why am I doing it the other way? God, I'm stupid. I'm a fool. Burger has arrived. Good. Good, 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 good. Enjoy your burger. So weird being an illustrator. The art quality just varying day to day. It's also because, like, very clearly, just not practiced today or not done any warm up today. Like, in preparation for the stream, because who has the time? But it's always so interesting because, like, on days where I have that momentum and I've been drawing long before the stream even starts, it's like everything just kind of flows so much easier. And I'd love to actually do that where I'm actually already drawing and then I just start the stream up. But it's always about time. One day I'll be like, I'll get that freedom to kind of just draw. And then I'll just boot up the stream. And I'm like, hey guys, I've been drawing since like 3 a.m. So this all's just like, oh, it's clockwork. One day. Hey, and if I get more of that, like, not mural work, but that wall painting work, then I'm gonna frickin'. I could actually make that a reality then. Oh, Ichi. This doesn't line up right. And I know where it's going wrong. Or where it's gone wrong in this sense. So, can be fixed. But Ratchet's head should be different. At this angle, he shouldn't have his hair like this. Everything else is fine. It's the hair. So, first, gotta have these bits. The, like, beer covers from his flight helmet. Like that. And I'm sure through doing this, it'll reveal other things that I need to iron out in this image, but that's fine. But it's a very different angle. Yeah, cool. It's one of those things, it's like you can chip away at something for a little bit, and then slowly you'll uncover little, like, answers. You're like, oh, cool, that doesn't work. That's okay. What's my favorite fries condiment? I'm a big fan of tomato sauce, but then also I do like mustard. For chips, I know. Or for fries, I know. I know what you're gonna say, maybe. But yeah, I like mustard on my chips, fries. I know what. There's even an even bigger problem. The goggles are too far forward. Just gonna back it all the way up. What am I erasing now? Just get rid of Ratchet for a moment and then we start. I love remoulade or mayo. Interesting. Very cool. What's remoulade? Because my brain is thinking lemonade when I see that word. It's good. Remoulade is a turmeric based mayo with relish in it. Ooh, that sounds really nice. Very, very nice. Okay, there we go. We got a framework. Relish as in pickled chopped veggies. Yes, I know what relish is, yeah. That does sound really nice. That'll do, and then I'll erase back just a bit for where the goggles go. Goggle bit. Yep, cool. We're good. That's better. It really helps to just have like a bit of a framework to kind of understand what the hell I'm staring at. Because without a lot of the shadows and the detailing and stuff, the the draft can like lose quite a bit of depth when it loses its opacity. So it can be very easy to kind of lose pieces. And then now that it has been created, we can disobey it, kind of, kind of completely. There we go. There we go. Forget about it. Let's go. Because I've never, and I probably will very rarely draw Ratchet head pointed down. Probably one of the rarer angles to draw him at. It's very interesting to draw him at it now. That feels crooked. Yeah, it's so crooked. There you go. Oop, fucking help. Double clicked. Double clicked on the Control Z button, which would have been really bad if I'd drawn just a really long line and then accidentally erased it in a fell swoop. That's good. There we go. Okay. I always have so much trouble figuring out what is happening in your line art layer when my sketch layer is active, so I always have to go turn it off and on again constantly to gauge if I'm doing this right. That's fair. I get that. Like, I usually have my transparency for my draft layer set really, really low. For that same reason. I don't really want to get confused with which layer is which, or how much have I done for this layer as opposed to the previous layer. So I just turn it down really, really low and then deal with the consequences later. And normally, like, the problems don't arise very often. My problems are only like kind of big when it's like the layer does, like the draft layer doesn't have a whole lot of detail. And then also on top of that, if I haven't done anything, like done any drawing that day, then that kind of makes it harder as well on top of that. Or even on top of that, like if my draft layer is highly detailed, then it just becomes mess eventually. When it comes to the line work layer, then it just becomes kind of mess, and that can be a bit of a pain. There we go. And the goggles probably not going to be this big, like not going to be as big as they look here. Just because they would be too big for Ratchet. taking some precious time to focus. Okay, there we go. There's a slight gap between the goggles and Ratchet's head. That's fine. Because it's kind of supposed to be there. So that I can add in the additions of his flight helmet. Yeah. I don't know what it is, but it always feels like the line work is messy. To a certain degree. Yeah, don't know what about it is about it, but it just feels messy. Could be the autocorrect layer, not layer, but the autocorrect feature, which kind of corrects some of the lines after I've drawn them. And that sometimes feels like it makes it a bit messy or crooked. Because it thinks it's correcting it to like a geometric shape as opposed to a more flowy kind of shape. But I don't know. I don't know. I think it's just the artist's kind of thing where I'm just now because I spend more time on line art and stuff. Like I spend more time on like the nitty gritty kind of details now. As a result, I'm more focused and fixated on those kinds of things. Like if I'm seeing issues or whatever, I'm definitely more aware of them now than I was before. And even though my panels look so much better, I think my um, perception of of my style is more acute now. So I'm now more aware of minute fluctuations in quality. Been staring at the same Pinterest picture for a good 10 minutes now. Oh, I do that all the time. Yeah. It's very simple and nothing special about it, but I just can't stop staring. That's fair. That's fine. I do that all the time. Sometimes I don't even use it for reference images. I just don't like the idea of having an unused screen on my computer. So I'll just put something up there from Pinterest and have it up as like a little reference image. Not for anything that I'm drawing, just to look at. And just pop a picture of Rhea Ripley up or something like that, and boom, something to look at. Cool, but Ratchet's pretty much done in the parts that are more complicated, so we're going to just jump straight back to Armella. Again, finish off the parts that I just didn't finish I'm way too close. Also, a thing I gotta acknowledge is that I think when I stream, drawing and streaming is still not seamless. Like, I definitely think the quality of my illustrations is better when I'm not streaming still. It's just something I'm working on and learning. Or, what's the word I'm looking for? Building up a tolerance to, so that I can stream and draw to the same quality as I always do. What do you think that is? I think it's just a conscious awareness. I think it was definitely more obvious when I started, where I think the the sheer like awareness that there are people watching and people aware just had an effect on me anyway. But now it's not quite that anymore. It's now almost more that because I'm on stream, there are so many little things where I'm thinking about, like, you know, I'm gonna be drawing for 2 hours every day, which is good, but it's like I almost feel more judgmental about my work because I've done two illustrated panels in almost 2 hours, and so I'm consciously more aware of like the amount of time it's taking me to do something as opposed to the quality, and it's because my illustration has gotten better, but I'm spending more time on stuff anyway now as a result. So as a result, I'm aware of how much more time it's taking just to do line work. And it takes like a moment of consideration to realize that it's not because that it's not a bad thing, but it takes a moment of consideration to recognize that it's not a bad thing. And in that moment, I've moved on and I'm trying to draw something else. Do you catch what I mean? Picking up what I'm putting down. I'm also like constantly checking stuff as well now. So anytime I do like a quick part to the drawing, I'll check it. Yeah, my headphone cable is getting caught onto my desk. So my posture, by extension, is ruined. My head's just bent underneath the desk. I'm just like, can't draw anything. Not from this position. could probably just occlude that in darkness. Another one of the joys of having cell shading included is that stuff can now just be occluded in darkness. It doesn't have to be visually explained. It's the best. It is a nice addition, is that things can just be occluded in darkness. They don't actually have to be illustrated. When most of the time just including them does make things just more complicated. So I really like that. This also, weirdly enough, does make the drawing faster. Is that if there are certain layers that, like, if I'm drawing consciously aware of cell shading, then there are certain aspects to this drawing that I can just fill in with black. And then I don't need to draw bits and pieces around that. So as a result, it actually takes less time to draw bits and pieces. Now using this cell shading style. And like you can thicken certain lines up and it just adds emphasis, which is good. I enjoy that a lot. Makes my process a lot easier. I know he has a backpack. I'll draw that in a second. I know he has a backpack. That's fine. It'll be drawn in a moment. Those backpack straps. Right. Draw them. Should probably hydrate in a second. I'll do that in a moment. Let me just draw in the straps. Okay. Cool, 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 cool. There we go. That is a terrible addition. how's that? Proportion wise, it's fine, but it is not good. I actually don't think any addition is necessary. Yeah, I actually could probably just erase these. I don't think they're necessary to have openings between his arms and his pants. Just draw in what needs to be drawn. It's not a complicated thing. It's not a complicated, like, idea. Oh, God. Sorry, gang, just burping. Noticed her face. Armella's face is just a little bit. It's like drifting. Drifting into Ratchet's just a little bit. So we're just gonna add a little bit of something and then boom. We got face. Cool, we're good. Let's have a drink. And then we'll do the cell shading for this. And then we've probably got enough time to work on the next panel for line work. Because Suited has influenced me, my brain. As a result, I do it section by section now. So line work, then color, then shadows, and then details, then soft shadows. I kind of do those three as a collective. So I'll do shadows, details, shadows, and then soft shadows all together, just because that makes more sense to me. Because they all kind of influence each other. So as a result, doing them all together kind of gives me the best opportunity to kind of use them, or to utilize them to the best of their abilities. For lack of better enunciation of ideas. There we go. Cool, alright. Cell shading, I could probably just... Ooh, that feels dangerous. I can use the paint bucket tool, but it's squiffy. It's real squiffy, guys. And with the cell shading, it's just that you make the black lines just a bit thicker in the places where the highest density of shadow is. And I'd like to think I've gotten quite good at that now. I'm not perfect, which is great. I'm very keen to learn how to do it better. But I do feel like I've gotten better over the course of a few pages, which is really nice. Like, that feels good to make that kind of level of progress on something I'm quite new to, and new to the concept of as well. Should probably hit save as well. Important. Important. Let's also grab just a reference. Because they're commonly used and reused. Shadows or cell shades. Cells to shade. So just filling them in immediately is probably a good idea. From here, it all starts to come together. Cool. Where does the hat begin? It's about there. So pretty much all this disappears. All of this goes, but we kind of, weirdly enough, get an idea of it. That it, oh Jesus, that we know it's there. That should be good. Yep, there we go. Probably be close while I fill this in, but I think that would give me kind of tunnel vision in regards to where the shadows kind of are the best utilized. And I would rather avoid that. Avoid the tunnel vision as much as possible. That's the goal. It may be somewhat unavoidable, but I can avoid it for now. And the one kind of like nice thing about having the cell shading is that, yeah, if I make mistakes in the cell shading, I can just go back over it. And it's much easier to kind of correct mistakes in cell shading. Because I'm not actually using like a big ink pen. So if I make like a big mistake, then I just Control Z. But if I make little mistakes, then I can actually kind of carve a better looking image out from the little mistake. And sometimes it'll even look better than expected. Nice. How much did I get? How much did I occlude in darkness? Probably everything. Seems so. Yep. There it is. There it is. Everything. Filled into the darkness. Whoopsies. What can I say? Yeah, cool. And when you get those big, like, blocks of black cell shading, you're just like, well, it'd probably be shaded out here, 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 and here. So it makes it much easier to kind of tell where the shadows are coming from. If you just have these big old blocks of darkness. Yeah, that's cool. There's a backpack here. That's really all I need to draw. Going to add cell shading, but yeah. But I hit something. Hit the wrong thing with my fill bucket. And I filled everything. It looks like Ratchet is wading through tar. That was a mistake. But we can fix mistakes. Mistakes are challenges that we can overcome. But pooping ourselves when we make a mistake, that we cannot overcome. So it is more about how calm we can be in the face of mistakes than the mistakes themselves. It is always better to poop in the sink than it is to sink in the poop. That was it. 1:48. Hour 48. Alright, cool. We're almost done. Almost done for today. And since I'm working on it tomorrow, that'll be good. Have time to really get back into the rhythm of drawing. At least on stream, you know. Where is the end of Ratchet's neck? Like there. Yeah, nice. Cool. I'm glad that actually just worked out. Glad that that wasn't complicated and painful. It just worked out, you know. It's so interesting that like, especially with these shadows and stuff, your brain kind of knows what goes where. Your brain really fills in the blanks, and that's where a lot of that, what makes this cell shading kind of process so interesting, because so much gets filled in with black, but it doesn't diminish what can be understood. Like what you understand is there. And yeah, like I was saying, your brain kind of fills in the blanks for what's covered, which I do find really cool. As long as I do it right as well. It's not really a crutch to like just be lazy. Because like if you do it wrong, it just gets confusing. But yeah, it's so wild how so much can still make sense, even though more and more black kind of covers the screen or covers the panel. It kind of that was always my biggest fear with using cell shading for the comic, was that I was like, it's gonna, if I don't know what I'm doing, um, it's gonna look like crap. And it's a big reason why I avoided it completely for such a long time. And then I found the Hades art style, and that kind of style was doing things that I really wanted to do with color, and I didn't decide to do cell shading specifically for the use of black. I chose to do cell shading because through that it makes the highlights pop. And through the use of cell shading and much harder shadows, it makes the highlights and colors really, really pop. So that really motivated me to be like, I should probably do cell shading. If I'm going to do a comic, I should do cell shading. Just give it a quick save. And yeah, it also just gives more depth to the shadows as well, which is super cool. Something I didn't expect I would want more of, just more shadows. But I'm getting them, and it's really good. Do I just add this here? Yeah, because then it gives them kind of a little bit of like bend. to his knee, which we can kind of suspect he would be doing because his knee is bent. You get it. You get it. And then a thing I do with Armella is that here on her neck, on her like collar, she has these like black squares, which I don't fully understand. But it, like, I don't understand how they work, but basically they do add depth and direction to her collar. So I add them in where the shadow is technically the strongest, which is the side that Ratchet's on, because he's kind of diffusing a lot of that light on that side. But through this, we now know where the collar is, like collar is bent or bending. Yeah, and as a result, we get a little bit more depth and direction, which is really cool. It's a really cool addition that I didn't expect to ever want nor need. And now I need it. I need that shit. Like it's in my veins. I don't know why I said that. Just forget it. I do like it though. I do like the cell shading, and clearly you can tell. It's fun to do as well. Because you're just like, oh, did I just ruin the piece, or did I make it better? And you won't know until you zoom out. Cool, that's that panel done for now. We move on. Oh, I got 5 minutes. Do we move on? We may as well get started. Could also just make each of the panels for the next ones. Okay, and the next few are going to be a little bit complicated. 5 more minutes to save the world. Yes, exactly. It's now 4. With each passing second, it gets harder to save the world. There we go. Okay. Now let's get drawing. So the most important part, or the most complicated part of this panel, is Ratchet's arm and its contact with Armella's face. So that's probably the priority. So we draw that in first. And we kind of just, for the most part, ignore the speech bubble. We know that it'll be covered over when it comes to writing the dialogue, but we just ignore it in the illustration section, because if I so decide to move the speech bubble, then we will have illustration there. So it can all be filled in. Or I can like alter the spacing on the fly, which I do find important. Because sometimes I just change my mind about where I'm going to put dialogue. Ooh. There we go, and we don't really see Ratchet's hand because it's gonna be getting covered in hair. I'll zoom in just a bit because I feel like the line work's a little rough to my standards, you know. And I got pretty high standards for the line work. Hence the problems. It's like I got very Yeah, I'm very particular about the line work. Because I think that's the one, that's definitely the thing that's constantly changing. Is that the line work, each panel has a very different, framing and composition, whereas to keep it kind of all uniform, the colors and shadows and stuff are all fairly similar. So this is where the differentiation comes in, is with the line work. This is where I can make my process just that bit easier, just by filling in the cell shading now, as opposed to wasting a little bit of time. If I know there's going to be cell shading there, I may as well just put it in now. Let's do that for now. You made it back. Welcome back. Welcome back, son. It's good to have you return, eh? Oh, stretch. That's fine. We're done for tonight. Time is up. I must head to bed. I must raid out, send you all to the next stream. Don't get distracted, Grey. We gotta move. Let's leave it at that. Alright. Let's look who to raid. Actually, I should probably just quickly export this. Yeah. This is page 12. Because page 11 is the secret page. So we don't get to see page 11. Who are we raiding today? That's a good question. Give me a moment while I find out who is live. My legs. Did Bulgarian split squats and now my legs are all achy. Alright, let's see. So, who's live? Miss Banshee, Stephen Preston, Cozy Burb. Cozy Burb is currently going through Avian August. So she's doing little birds, drawing little birds and thinguses. Poke Monday with Galactic Cat Studios. Tealful is currently playing Assassin's Creed Liberation for the first time, so it's her first playthrough. That's cool. Justice Silverwing is currently playing bullets per minute, so BPM. Zobi-Wan Kenobi is doing a birthday subathon, but I think she is currently sleeping. Jelly is live. Jelly is currently doing some embroidery. Going to Jelly's, I think, after. Fair enough. Well, then I could make your life just a little bit easier, and we can raid to Jelly now. What's Jelly working on? Goblin. Yeah. We can start a raid to Jelly now. An EP Gobbo. It looks like a very EP Gobbo. Alright. And as an EP Greymas, we shall head on out. Let's jump to the raid screen. Oh no. Let me just do that for you. Damn. Yeah. Anyway, there's the raid messages. Lock up your cheese. The mouse is in the soup. The mice is out of the soup. Alright, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate y'all all very much. See you tomorrow. If you're here tomorrow, I'll be doing more of the comic. But until then, I'll see y'all later.